The Moroccan government on Thursday extended the nationwide health state of emergency to January 31, the country's state news agency reported. The decision comes at a time when there is a rise in COVID-19 infections in the country. The Moroccan Ministry of Health reported 427 new COVID-19 infections and 3 deaths on Wednesday, December 23, bringing the number of confirmed cases in the country to 953,724. The government on Monday banned all New Year's Eve parties and special events organized in hotels, restaurants and tourist establishments. A night curfew on New Year's Eve will be imposed between 12 a.m. and 6 a.m. in a bid to strengthen the preventive measures. South African National Defence Force has received mortal remains of the soldier who died after an attack by insurgents in Mozambique. Radibe was part of Operation Vikela when the soldiers came under attack from the insurgents during an ambush east of Chai village on Monday. Family members were present at the military possession ceremony to formally receive the remains of the late soldier.
The life of the late Corporal Tebogo Radebe is not in vain. Our people are committed to continue to render the necessary service to our region as an extension of the protection of our own territorial integrity. Because if your neighbor is not stable, you must forget about stability in your country. And as such, our people are out there as members of SAMIM, which is a SADC mission in Mozambique, and making sure that the terrorists are dealt a blow, and we will continue then to have stability in South Africa.
The country has been plagued by continued acts of terrorism perpetrated on innocent civilians, women and children in some districts of Cabo Delgado. Several people were sent to a hospital in the northeast Nigerian city of Maiduguri after being injured when jihadists on Thursday allegedly fired rockets onto the city, killing at least 4 people. According to emergency services, several other people were injured in 3 neighborhoods. The Borno state capital was at the time preparing for an official visit by President Buhari. Residents blamed the attack on the Islamic State in West Africa, which is active in the region. In the past, ISWAP and its rival Boko Haram launched deadly rocket attacks on Maiduguri during the jihadist insurgency. In early December, the jihadists fired 2 rockets into the city, hitting 2 houses in Gomari and Bulunkutu, but this time without causing any casualties, according to residents. Over 1,000 Sudanese rallied on Thursday, decrying sexual attacks after the United Nations said at least 13 women and girls were raped during recent mass protests against the army. The United States and European Union on Thursday issued a joint statement condemning the act. We are raising the issue of rape and suffering of men and women. This is an organized act by the security forces. They've been doing that for many years. These organized acts of sexual assault are one of the tools they use to break the women and prevent them from taking to the street. Even though they have been doing this for years, we will return to the street and our voices will even be louder and they won't be able to break us. We don't want to just reinstate the right of rape victims here in Khartoum. We want to get all our rights back, those that have been lost for many years. Ever since the al-Bashir era, we've been facing rape and displacement. We want our full rights back and can't do this without getting rid of the criminals in the coup council, the murderers and the Janjaweed militia group. Security forces fired tear gas and live bullets on Sunday as they cracked down on thousands who were marching against Military Chief General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, who led a coup on October 25.
A Tunisian court announced Wednesday 4 years in prison for former President Moncef Marzouki. According to local media, Marzouki, described as a fierce critic of President Kais Saied, was sentenced in absentia and accused of undermining state security abroad, as well as causing diplomatic damage to the Tunisian state. At the beginning of November, a Tunisian judge issued an international arrest warrant against Monsef Marzouki. The arrest warrant was issued 2 weeks after President Kais Saied ordered an investigation into statements made by the former president. Speaking to news agencies, Marzouki's lawyer said that the former president had not received any summons to appear in court.